3.4.35. The Buddha said, monks, there are these 3 Deva messengers. What 3? In this connection, a certain one lives an immoral life in deed, word and thought. So doing, when body breaks up after death, he is reborn in the waste, the woeful plains, the downfall in hell. Then monks, the warders of hell, seize him by both arms and bring him before Yama, the Lord, saying, Sire, this man had no respect for mother and father, recluses and Brahmins. He showed no respect to the elders of his clan. Let your majesty inflict due punishment on him. Then monks, Yama the Lord, examines him, closely questions him, and addresses him concerning the first Deva messenger, saying, Now, my good man, have you never seen the first Deva messenger manifest among men? And he replies, I have not seen him, sire. Then says King Yama to him, What? My good man, have you never seen any human being, a woman or a man, 80 or 90 or 100 years of age, broken down, bent inwards like the rafter of a roof, crooked, propped up with a cane, and trembling as he goes along, an ailing creature past his prime, with broken teeth, grey-haired or ballless or hairless, bald, with wrinkled brow, and limbs all blotched and spotted. Then the man says, Sire, I have seen. Then says Yama, Lord of Death, to him, My good man, did it never occur to you as a man of intelligence and fully grown? I too am subject to old age. I have not overpassed old age. Come, let me act nobly in deed, word and thought. Then the other says, No, sire, I could not. I was negligent. Then monks, Yama, Lord of Death, says to him, My good man, it was through negligence that you did not act nobly in deed, word and thought. Truthfully, they shall do unto you in accordance with your negligence. That evil action of yours was not done by mother, father, brother, sister, friends and comrades, not by kinsmen, devas, recluses and Brahmins. By yourself alone was it done. It is just you that will experience the fruit thereof. Then monks, Yama, Lord of Death, having examined him, closely questioned and addressed him concerning the first Deva messenger, does likewise concerning the second Deva messenger, saying, My good man, have you never seen the second Deva messenger manifest among men? And he replies, I have never seen him, sire. Then says Yama, Lord of Death, to him, What? My good man, have you never seen among human beings a woman or a man, sick, afflicted, suffering from a sore disease, lie wallowing in his own filth? There is excrement. By some lifted up, by others put to bed. And he says, Sire, I have seen. Then King Yama says, Then, my good man, did it never occur to you as a man of intelligence and fully grown? I too am subject to disease. I have not overpassed disease. Come, let me act nobly in deed, word and thought. Time's up. No. Then says he, Sire, I could not, I was negligent. Then says Yama, Lord of Death, to him, My good man, it was through negligence that you did not act nobly in deed, word and thought. Verily they shall do unto you according to your negligence. That evil action of yours was not done by mother, father, brother, sister, friends and comrades, etc. By yourself alone was it done. It is just you that will experience the fruit thereof. Thereupon monks, Yama, Lord of Death, having examined him closely concerning the second Deva messenger, does likewise concerning the third Deva messenger, saying, My good man, have you never seen among human beings a woman or a man, a corpse, 1, 2 or 3 days dead, swollen, black and blue and festering? And he replies, Sire, I have seen. And King Yama says, Then, my good man, did it never occur to you as a man of intelligence and fully grown? I too am subject to death. I have not overpassed death. Come, let me act nobly in deed, word and thought. Then says he, Sire, I could not, I was negligent. And Yama, Lord of Death, says to him, My good man, it was true negligence that you did not act nobly in deed, word, and thought. Verily they shall do unto you according to your negligence. That evil action of yours was not done by mother, father, etc., etc. By yourself alone was it done. It is just you that will experience the fruit thereof. Then monks, having examined him closely concerning the third Deva messenger, Yama, Lord of Death, is silent. Thereupon monks, the warders of hell, torture him with a fivefold pinion. They drive a hot iron pin through each hand and foot, and a fifth through the middle of his breast. Thereat he suffers grievous, violent, sharp, and bitter agonies. But he makes not an end until that evil deed of his has been worked out. Then the warders of hell lay him down and plane him down with adzes. Thereat he suffers bitter agonies till that evil deed of his has been worked out. Next they place him with feet up and head down and plane him with razors. Then they bind him to a chariot and drive him up and down over a blazing ground, flaming and all aglow. Thereat he suffers bitter, grievous, violent, sharp, and bitter agonies. Then they push him up and down a huge burning mountain of red-hot coal, blazing, flaming, and all aglow. And he suffers again grievous, violent, sharp, and bitter agonies. But he makes not an end until that evil deed of his has been worked out. Then they take him, feet up and head down, and plunge him into a burning brazen cauldron, blazing, flaming, and all aglow. There he is cooked, and rises to the surface with the scum. So doing, once he comes up, and once he goes down, and once he goes across. Thereat he suffers agonies, grievous, violent, sharp, and bitter. Yet he makes not an end until that evil deed of his has been worked out. Thereupon monks, the warders of hell, toss him into the great hell. Now monks, this great hell is described thus. 4 square the great hell standeth, with 4 gates, divided and partitioned, with a wall of iron girt. Of iron is the roof, its floor of iron too, dazzling and hot, and flashing all around 100 leagues, stands fast forever immovable. Once upon a time monks, Yama, Lord of Death, thought thus to himself, True it is, I think, that they who in the world do evil deeds in diverse ways thus suffer retribution. Oh, if only I could win birth as a human being. If only a Tathagata were born into the world, an Arahant who is a fully enlightened one. If only I might sit at the feet of that exalted one, and then that exalted one would teach me Dhamma, and then I might learn Dhamma from the exalted one. Now monks, I say this not hearing it from some recluse or Brahmins. Nay, but what I myself have known and seen and heard, that do I declare unto you. So this is also quite an interesting sutta, where we talk about King Yama, Yen Lo Wang, Yam Lo Ong. It appears from the suttas that there are many hells. Hells is like a region, and each region of hell, each great hell, there is a king, and that king is called King Yama. So of the various hells, there are various King Yamas. And the King Yama is addressed as Deva by the hell beings, because he is in a much better condition than the other hell beings. So they call him Deva. So when they mention here the 3 Deva messengers, it might either be the 3 heavenly messengers or the 3 messengers from hell. And you can see from here the type of suffering that a person undergoes in hell. There are some other suttas which also mention something like this, but even worse, where they suffer from one hell. They suffer all kinds of tortures, and then they are like a fugitive, trying to run away, because when they are caught, they are tortured by these beings in hell. So they are running, trying to avoid these beings in hell, running. And once in a long while, the gates of that hell will open. Once in a long while. And when it opens, it only opens for a short time. And they rush out. And some of them manage to rush out. Some of them are unable to rush out. And after they rush out, they think that they've got out of hell. But what happens is that they've fallen into another hell, another different kind of hell. And they suffer again. Again like a fugitive, running, and being tortured and all that. And once in a blue moon, again the gates of that hell open, and some of them rush out again. And then they fall into another hell. Might be they fall into a hell now, which is like a river. And that river is like acid. They are burned in that river. And then they keep going from one hell to another. And then finally they come back to the hell where they started. So you see, they undergo both physical torture as well as mental torture. So you can imagine if any kind of, you can't find any worse suffering than to be in that hell. And the great hell here is described as being with an iron roof, an iron floor, and so hot, and you can't run out from that place. It's like an oven. And this King Yama, even he, the Buddha says, makes a wish that one day he can be reborn as a human being, so that he can hear the Dhamma, the Buddha's Dhamma, and so that he can get out of samsara. So now we are at this point where we are able to hear the Dhamma. Maybe previously, the Buddha said, most of us, or practically all of us, have been through samsara for an extremely long time, and most of the rebirths we have gone through. Maybe at one time we were King Yama also. Maybe at one time we also wish that one day we get birth as a human being and we might hear the Dhamma. So now we are at this stage where we are able to hear the Dhamma. We should not let the chance go off lightly. We should take the trouble to really understand the Dhamma and practice, so that we can get out of hell and never fall into these woeful plains again. Probably many times you have already fallen into the woeful plains. I think some of us, we can see that in our dreams, we have been to certain places like hell. So the fact that you can come up in our dreams, maybe it is from our memory in our past life. We have been in such places.